Hey guys, we just saw Last Night in Soho.
Yeah, we did, everybody. Is this the type of psychological horror movie that we've been waiting to see this Halloween season? Stick around, as we're about to find out.
All right, Last Night in Soho. Billy, who we got in this?
Yeah, man, we got two really good up-and-coming actresses, man. We got Anya Joy-Taylor. You know, we saw her in Queen's Gambit. Saw her in The Witch. She's got those big old brown doe eyes, you know. We got, and everything I've seen her in so far, I've liked. You know, I liked her acting in anyway. I thought Queen's Gambit was awesome. I thought The Witch was a pretty good horror movie. Then we got Thomasin McKenzie. You and I just saw her in Old. About a month or two ago, I guess.
Yeah, she looked really young in that. So
oh,
she
yeah,
looked like she's aged a little bit.
Yeah, man, yeah. Boy, I mean, she's
getting old.
Yeah, I mean, she looks young in this movie, too, right?
Yeah, she's pretty young.
And who can forget my boy, Terence Stamp?
General Zod, baby.
Yeah, General Zod. Freaking Young Guns. Oh, yeah, man.
He's in a Star Trek movie.
Yeah. Gotta love Terence Stamp, man. Dude's, he's just a classic freaking actor, man. But,
yeah, he's good.
Yeah. But before we get going, man, now the one question I had about this movie, like, why is it called The Last Night in Soho when this chick, she stayed several nights in Soho. She lived there for like at least a couple months, you know what I'm saying? So what was it last night?
She's about to tell a story, like, let me tell you about last night in Soho.
Yeah, but it was like, it was over the course of like probably a month's worth of nights. You know?
Well, many nights in Soho probably just didn't have good
reason
to it. So.
Several nights in Soho, you know.
So what do you think of this movie?
I tell you, man, the big hit I'll give it right off the bat is it starts off way too slow, right? First 20 minutes, probably the first 20 minutes to half hour of this movie, very slow start, and you don't even really get a lot out of it, right? I mean, I get it. Maybe they're trying to do a little character development in the beginning, but they could have done that in a lot quicker time, right? They could have thrown it together in about 10 minutes and been better. So the start was slow. Now, once it gets going, it gets going. You know, once this movie gets going, it's good. But that start just kind of killed me. Like I was sitting there bored, just like, all right, man, when are we gonna get to something here?
Yeah, I'm kind of agree. This movie is like a proper adult movie.
Yeah.
It's well written, well acted. I mean, they are slaying the dragon. Everyone is killing it.
Killed it. The acting was amazing in this movie.
Especially the two women. Like, I mean, I love the
dynamic.
Yeah, the stark contrast where one's kind of timid and the other one is, she just puts herself out there.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Well, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Kind of reminds me of Cruella, right? How in the beginning,
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that kind of thing,
because this is a designer type of movie,
right? Yeah.
Soho is designer district, I guess, in London there. So
yeah, it kind of had that Cruella feel to it, right? She's all timid at first, and then she gets, to be just like her mother in it, right? Towards the end there, except this was just two different characters, and one starts kind of becoming like the other at some point.
This felt to me like a mix of The Sixth Sense combined with what's that? That Bad Times at the El Royale. Had a lot of Bad Times at El Royale. Like the atmosphere is very similar.
Yeah.
The time frame is similar. The music is similar.
Right.
So it has a very similar feel. If you like mix that with The Sixth Sense, that's essentially what you get. In this movie,
I agree, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. That was an awesome movie too, man. Bad Times at El Royale was a really good movie. But and what I love, man, is like the cinematography in this movie,
beautiful.
Man, beautiful. The way they did the '60s scenes and
the
even
sets and the way they filmed it, just
even the ghosts that you kind of see in this, the way they did it with everything and the way they did just some of the scenes where it almost was like she's tripping on acid, in some of these scenes.
Yeah.
But the way they filmed it was phenomenal, man. I was like, wow.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I was blown away by that. That was
they go back and forth from the two girls, and whenever you see them in a mirror and just a reflection, it's really cool how they did that. And when they're dancing, like moving around, it's one and then the other. So that was really cool how they did that.
Yeah, especially when they're dancing with Jack, and it's every time he twirls it around, it's like the different chick, right? But it's so fluid that they just make it seem perfect, man, just flawless with the transitions back and forth. It was awesome.
Yeah, and the 60s kind of sets, it just seemed awesome.
Yeah,
and like the music to compliment it was just, it really like felt
Phenomenal.
like I was like in a club or something back then.
yeah.
It was just awesome.
Absolutely. And even just when they're out walking on the streets and stuff, man, the cars and everything, dude, just beautiful, man. Beautiful movie.
So what did you think before you went into this? Did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah, well, honestly, I didn't know what to expect going into this movie, quite honestly, right? I had no idea what to expect going into it. You know, I mean, they really didn't explain a whole lot in the trailer. You know, you watch the trailer, you kind of like, okay, what's going on here? You know, you think maybe it's going to be more of a scary movie, right? When you watch the trailer,
it kind of felt like the trailer made me think it's going to be like a whodunit, like horror movie.
Right, and it kind of is, right? It's kind of
a little bit.
It's got a little bit of whodunit. It's definitely got a lot of mystery to it, right? There's a lot of mystery to this movie, and but it's not. It wouldn't scare. There are a couple jump scares in it, you know, here and there. But other than that, it wasn't scary. But it was just, I mean, it was, you know, it's like I said, but it's a psychological horror. You know, I mean, there's a lot of just crap going on in this chick's brain, and you know, when her reality starts mixing with her dreams, and you can't tell one from the other. And
it's almost like you
good,
like sucked in some scarecrow like toxin or
Right.
something. And you don't know,
Exactly.
you know the
Like I said,
difference
like
between
stripping
reality and what's a dream or what's going on.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they did and they even did an awesome job of that, right? Because there's times when it's reality, and then all of a sudden it flips, and then she's like, oh no, she's dreaming. And it's like, oh no, maybe it's reality. You know? So they did an awesome job of that, man. I mean, like I said, the transitions in this movie are phenomenal. Just beautiful movie.
Now, I will say it did feel pretty slow to me.
Oh, yeah.
And at some points, I was looking at my watch and I was a little bored with it. I was like, let's get on with the mystery because there is a lot of build up to this.
Yeah, like I said, that first half hour, they could have cut that down to about 10 minutes and that'd been much better. And that was just way too slow. I mean, like I said, I get they were trying to build out her character in the beginning, just kind of show you that she's this innocent little girl from the country, but they didn't need to take 30 minutes to do that. So. Yeah,
I felt like it needed to be tighter. I mean, I think some people will enjoy it just because of the scenery and the acting.
Right.
And then it kind of comes down to the ending. Like, it really has to stick the ending for this movie to kind of work. If that ending doesn't turn out right, then it's kind of like...
And they did, man. They said, like I said, I mean, you and I were talking about it, we're like, man, we didn't see that coming. Like, you don't... This is one of those few movies I've seen where I did not figure the ending out until right at the end. Because they really, it's like wolf in sheep's clothing in this thing, man, right? They really try to lead you down several different paths. You're thinking, oh, okay, I know who this character is. And it's like, oh, whoa, I was wrong, man, dude. That's not who I thought it was. So I think they did an awesome job with that. And the way they just flipped it there at the end, I was like, wow, that was pretty cool.
Now, I did kind of see it coming at some point, but by then it wasn't
didn't matter.
an
It was
issue.
actually late, yeah, exactly.
Because it was kind of like a process of elimination at this
Right.
point. And then, but I didn't mind the ending. I mean, some things don't make sense with it, and we're not going to get into it because of spoilers.
Right.
So you could probably nitpick the ending and be like, really? But I thought it ended well.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't really know at that point like how much better they could have ended it. So.
Nah, well, that's the thing. And typically we do get spoilers, but the ending in this one was such a cool twist that we're not even going to try to ruin it for anybody on this one. So
if you're looking for like a good mystery with great acting and scenes and sets,
beautiful scenery,
then this movie's for you. But if you're expecting some horror action or something like that, that's not what this is. So.
Yeah, but again, I mean, and this is considered a psychological horror, and there is the horror aspect to it as far as there's ghosts and stuff like that. But it's never scary, right? You get a couple jump scares, like I said. It's never a scary movie. It's cool. It's just a cool movie to watch, I thought, And I enjoyed it.
Yeah, maybe some jump scares with the cars. I mean, she almost gets hit by a car like 100 times in this.
Right, exactly. Or when her hand reaches out and touches you or something like that. There's a couple moments like that, but again, it's not like the trailer made it look. It totally goes, like I said, watching the trailer, I thought it was gonna be maybe some kind of scary movie, but it's not. And
I'm glad it's on the level of Sixth Sense as far as the horror scary,
right, exactly,
which is not a very scary movie.
But I'm glad it went the direction it did. I wish they would have tightened up the first 30 minutes and made it, that first 30 minutes into about 10 minutes. But after that, it gets good, and that's when it really gets beautiful, and you really start getting the good cinematography and everything. It's just phenomenal.
So, what did you think of like the main story though, like beyond the ending?
I thought the main story was all right. I like how. They played out how it was back then in the 60s, right, in London, how they were, back, in certain situations, women got used and abused, and they play that out pretty well in this movie about, because back then you had all these women wanting to become movie stars or singers or whatever, and they end up just getting in the wrong process to make that happen, trying to make it, quick, and it just ends up not working out so well for them, right? So we see that in this movie, and I thought it was pretty cool how they played it out that way with Anya Joy Taylor's character. So yeah, and I thought it was good, and I thought the storyline as far as this young, country bumpkin trying to come up in the world and come to Soho and make a name for herself, because, that's what, her mother had wanted for her, and her mother had tried it in the past. So I thought it was cool. She's following her mom's footsteps, trying to do something good. And so, like I said, I like the direction they took that with.
Yeah, I didn't mind the story. I thought it was kind of interesting with, like, the sorority kind of house she lived in. I was like, this is a little extreme for this.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And, like, it's like everyone there was kind of like a bad character except for the one guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And that guy I thought was a little too nice to her. I'm like,
right.
I mean, I get, like, you might think she's cute and let me try and work with this girl, but, like, especially after that one scene in the bedroom, I'm kind of like, I'm done with this woman, like, for my own safety and stuff, and, like, I don't like the way this could go.
Oh, yeah, that dude, I'm walking out of there with cut up feet,
Yeah, and that guy, he was too...
He was definitely a in-love puppy dog, man. That's the way they made him in this movie. But, all right, man, so what are you going to rate this?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it was a little dry, and I thought it did pay off in the end, but I probably would give this like a high 6. It's not quite a 7 for me, but it's a solid 6 for me.
So I'm going to give this one a 7, and honestly, man, I would have liked to have given it an 8, but like I said, that first half hour, man, it really needs some tightening up. It really does. And if it wasn't for that first half hour would have been tighter. I'd have totally given it an 8. But because that first half hour, I was literally sitting in that chair in the theater bored. Like, come on, man, I hope something's going to happen soon. And it finally did. But like I said, so I'm going to give it a 7 because of that.
Yeah, I really think it depends on what kind of mood you are in when you go see this. Like, if you're in the mood for a mystery kind, I think you're going to be you're going to like it. But
absolutely,
if you're expecting something like faster pace or something like that, you might find yourself a little bored with it.
Yeah, if you're expecting to get scared, this ain't that type of movie either, like we said. So, yeah, no, I mean, but at the end of the day, it was a good movie to watch. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I went and saw it because it was different, right? It took a turn that I wasn't expecting. This is something new. We haven't seen this in it's probably been a few years since I've seen a movie with a good twist and turn like this one. So
I would have probably liked to have seen this one like in the comfort of my own home, like than going out in the theaters. So I recommend
it was definitely kicking back on the lazy boy kind of good movie to watch, right? A bowl of popcorn in your lap. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
absolutely. But hey, well, there you have it, folks. Please, if you've seen it, let us know what you think, and let us know what you think about the ending there, because that was pretty cool, man. I really like to hear what some of you guys think about it. But hey, like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll catch you in the next review.
We'll see you guys.
Stamp. Young Guns. Calls me a psychological thriller, huh?
Yeah, it's a mystery, right? Thriller? I think it's more of a mystery than a thriller, right?
Are y'all ready for this?
Calm down.
Cowboys, baby.
Ain't that type of movie.
Cowboys. We got beat by the Jets today?
Or probably because we're doing a movie review. It has nothing to do with football.
Yeah, that's right. You can still represent in a movie review. So is this the type of psychological thriller we've been waiting for this Halloween season? Stick around, because we're about to find out. I said thriller. Why is it called Last Night in Soho? We had a lot of nights in Soho. That's right, everybody. Is this a type of psychoholical?
Psychoholic? Yeah. Psychoholic.
Psychoholical, yeah. Why do all these chicks gotta have weird names nowadays, man, in movies? Anya, Taylor-Joy, Thomasin, McKenzie.
The problem with this is this doesn't really have scenes to specifically talk about so much, maybe besides the ending.
Right.
There's no like, hey, like midway through, remember that one scene?
Right.